Steve, are you still too embarrassed to come outside and join us? Just because we didn't get a Steve's worth of snow? T-Rex, what do you think? Yes, I'll go out. 31 degrees past 10 o'clock. Happy Valentine's Day. Very low tide. Steve, no part of it, huh? Yeah, I guess it's kind of windy. Kinda windy. I don't know if I've ever seen this much mud stirred up down here by the beach in Weymouth. Very low tide. Few fair weather, cold air, advection, instability clouds out there. How's the ice bucket? Had a lot of water in it yesterday. I had to lighten the load a little bit. So we've got freezing weather back in New England. And guess what? It's the coldest so far this winter. Again, on Mount Washington, 13 below zero and still falling with wind gusting to 106 miles per hour between 9 and 10 o'clock this morning. I got to back way up and do this one, I think, to get out of the wind. So yeah, there might be a bit of an echo. Yeah, and this just coming days after the warmest weather so far back on Saturday. So much to tally up and to talk about in the future. Where to begin? Were you on Cape Cod yesterday thinking, wow, this looks like a blizzard? Guess what? Blizzard conditions, 3 hours straight of visibility a quarter mile or less, and winds sustained or gusting past 35 miles an hour, did happen between noontime and 4 p.m. in Hyannis at the airport. The airport being a little bit elevated there, right in the middle of Cape Cod. It was a blizzard. Officially, I don't know if the government's going to put their stamp on it, but it's got the TK stamp, and I thank you for all your contributions, Charlie Orloff in Osterville, and so many others. Jeff Murr is telling me it was, what'd you say, 5 or 6? 5 or 6. It doesn't take a lot of snow, but that's the most snow to fall on Cape Cod in a day since February 2nd, 2022. So it's been more than 2 years since we had just that little bit of snow, but it was so pretty. Thank you, Darius, this morning for showing us this vertical video in Orleans, and so many contributors yesterday. You know what else verified? Bombogenesis. Yesterday morning, 993 low. We showed it near North Carolina, and it deepened to 960 millibars between 1 a.m. Tuesday and 1 a.m. Wednesday. Still deepening. So that's a drop of 33 millibars in 24 hours. Bombogenesis technically is 24 millibars in 24 hours. And it is a second major winter hurricane blizzard for eastern, southeastern Canada in a week. Remember Cape Breton, Nova Scotia last week? Well, this week it's Newfoundland. And the wind is sustained at 50 to 60 miles an hour off the coast of Newfoundland this morning, with that low still deepening. Forecast here by the Euro to go down to 952 millibars this afternoon and tonight as it heads due east, south of Newfoundland. And that's pretty close to the central pressure that we had with Hurricane Sandy. I mean, this is a winter-type hurricane situation, even called hurricane force by the Weather Prediction Center there on that map. Anyhow, that storm and the 1026 millibar high-pressure system over the Midwest has created this incredibly tight pressure gradient with all the black lines being isobars, lines of equal pressure. What is wind? Air. Not just moving, but winding from high to low pressure because of the earth going around in circles. The air goes around in circles, so air doesn't go in a straight line. The red numbers are wind gusts here on this map. This is the 10 o'clock map. T-Rex, would you like to go inside? Okay. Steve, any chance you want to come outside? No, I didn't think so. Well, what do we have here? All right, now we're talking. Replace the little schmuggled T-Rex with a Maine Coon. After all, you're built for this. Steve, headed for the sunshine. Smart cat. I have to lay back here, Steve. It's just too windy out there. Yeah, and things are going to move fast and furious. Last night, it snowed in Vermont. We got more snow at Jay Peak than we got in Boston. out the door in his slippers this morning. Sean Vacchione says, it was about 3 or 4 inches.
Winter's back.
And so it's a powder morning at Jay, a powdery day, but I don't know. It's kind of windy. I didn't really gloss over how good the skiing would be today because of the wind. But we're definitely back in shape. It's the 4th day in a row now it has snowed in Vermont. First legitimate accumulation, but there's been at least snow in the air for a few days, and there's more snow on the way. So what's going to happen next? Well, we get this storm moving away and a little clipper racing along, but it's such an extreme thermal gradient, thermodynamic. That's a 997 low going across northern Vermont Thursday night. You get a wave on an Arctic front like that, you're going to generate another ½ a foot of snow in the Green Mountains, and it shows snow coming all the way down into Boston with an inch or 2 here Friday morning. And then Saturday, it's just windy and cold, and then there's something trying to miss us Saturday to the south. And then all of a sudden there's something else coming across the north on Sunday night, more cold air coming in Monday. And then there's another thing. It looked so big a couple days ago on the forecast for Tuesday, more cold wind. And then Thursday, and then Friday, look at that thing, next week, the end of next week. Any one of these little things can turn into something much bigger in a short time. Just as it appeared yesterday something big was going to come at us, and it turned into something small, more because it missed. But I'm talking a dynamic wholesale change can happen to any one of these low pressure systems as they race across North America here in week 16, going into 17, I think, of coast to coast snow in North America, with the Sierra Nevada getting back in the action also. So we're going to have to call the play-by-play just like we did yesterday. The shocker yesterday was changing the forecast from 15 inches in Connecticut near Hartford down to about 5 inches yesterday morning in the official National Weather Service forecast, and ending up with 15 inches of snow near Hartford. Man, if you can't even get a 6-hour forecast right, how are we supposed to do these 5 to 10 day forecasts? I've been doing a lot of reading too, and everyone says, oh, the Euro pulled it south first. Well, no, it didn't. The NAM and the Canadian had it way south of us back on Saturday, while the Euro was showing 15 inches of snow. And then they traded back and forth. No computer guidance and no human won on this forecast for yesterday. Mother Nature prevailed. As always, Mother Nature prevails. So, right here in my backyard, that's how much snow we ended up with. To race. Not even enough to cover Steve's claws. But driving back from Scituate yesterday, I saw 1 or 2 inches as close as about a mile away. More on the sides of the cars and the sides of the houses than on the ground. In eastern Massachusetts, Cape Cod got the most. Connecticut got the most in New England, and New Jersey and Pennsylvania also did quite well. Oh, look at that. Look, Steve, we got to get snow up to your chest. How can we do it? Well, there are many opportunities here. Oh, we're going to have a little action. Steve is going to chase a leaf, and coming out behind the bushes, there's a little wake there. We're going to have one of these beautiful, in my opinion. Oh, there goes Steve with the leaves. And here comes a tugboat. How pretty. Which one is that? I can't read it. The sun. Independence. That's Independence. All right. So he probably just brought a ship in. And Steve's chasing. So I chased yesterday, and I got on the Weather Channel with Justin Michaels. Jamie, the producer, Raphael, Tom on security. They had quite a team down there. Good to see Steve, Burlow, and Patricia again. Trisha. Out there in my old stomping grounds, Rebecca Road and Lighthouse, where the 3-story waves, they hit the wall and they go up 3 stories and blow right over Steve's house. He took me inside the house and let me look out the windows for one of these storms. So grateful and blessed to have such great friends and connections. Steve, thanks for giving me the tour of the inside. And Justin just standing out in the middle of the road doing his live hits. Justin and I used to work together on TV a long time ago and got to be back on TV yesterday. Thank you, Peter Lavasco, for saying it was great, and I stole the show, although I don't think that's true, but thanks for watching. So yesterday, the tide in Scituate that was forecast to be 13.1 only got up to about 12.1. So another case of this just bomb storm tracking 100 miles further south than we thought a couple of days prior, ending up in a much less severe situation on our coast. But we are locked and loaded with more storms coming across off the Pacific, going down across the southern states, across Canada, and one or two of them is going to bounce our way here in the Northeast in the next 10 days. So winter is back. Another tugboat. So some and more yesterday chasing to Scituate, and it's a long one today because there's so much more of the highlights of yesterday. I'll just let this roll for one more second as I'm getting frostbite in the tips of my fingers because it's just so pretty, the white caps on the water. And my guess is that the next tugboat is going to be named Justice. Is that Justice? That's Justice. More and more and more. Here's the and more from yesterday, February 13th, 2024. And one of the craziest, most extreme winters in our life. Yeah, that is the truth. For a guy with not too many jobs, I certainly keep busy, running late, trying to get to Scituate to meet Justin and cover the almost blizzard with flooding, and the snow is heavier to the south. Buckle your seatbelt, Tim. 11:53 a.m. I was hoping to be in Scituate by noon. Oh well. Keeping busy, aren't I? I was hoping there'd be 5 inches of snow on the ground by now, too. Cohasset, not much different than Weymouth or Hingham. Hard to get snow to accumulate on the road when it's 35 degrees. Sorry, plow truck operators. I screwed you again. Scituate headed toward the harbor, 35 degrees. So I think here more of a flooding issue. There's only a few hours left in this storm. The old stomping grounds. As usual, snow on the ground at 3A and no snow on the ground down by the harbor. Yep, moved away from here. Christmas 2016, covered a lot of storms, was once on the Coastal Advisory Commission here. Hard to have a blizzard without any snow on the ground, but still can have flooding. Exactly.
Because 10,000 years ago, this was all under ice.
Yep, All right, so it's about 80 minutes before high tide, and the water's just about up to the edge, so things are going to change pretty dramatically. Surf is up. It's like about a 6 to 8 foot swell. About an hour and a half to high tide, so it won't be sitting here much longer. Nice little place to hunker. Jim, Justin, TK in the house.
Especially in New England, as we get closer and closer to high tide at 1:47 this afternoon, we're really seeing the ocean come in. Not just here in Scituate, Massachusetts, Jim Drove. So, Administrator, we know expecting minor to moderate coastal flooding pretty much all along the coast. Notice you already have some pre-positioning of barricades and things. You're ready for this.
Yeah, we're ready. We position our barricades to keep people out of here. You'll also see some of our high water vehicles that we position around, and our dive team and rescue fire. So we're ready if something happens, hoping nothing does.
Fine.
They know what to do. We just try to give them the information to deal with it. But most of them will tell you 360 days a year, there's no better place to live. A couple of days you got to put up with this. So they know what to do. And it's really expensive to fix it. So we keep an eye on it. We do have plans if something happens, but we're working with our state and federal bodies to try to get it. We're live here with Justin Michaels. Welcome back to New England.
It's good to be here.
Long time no see.
Came for the weather.
When did we work together at NECN?
A decade ago.
Decade.
Those were good times.
Yep, and I love watching you guys go across the nation covering these storms, and I don't mind being behind the scenes at all.
We miss you on this side of the camera, though.
Thank you. Maybe today I'll get a shot on TV.
You will.
So we're still 45 minutes away, and the water's coming in both from the harbor side there on the west side, and here on the east side it comes through over the wall and underneath these houses. So that is salt water right there. This is all salt water. You know where all the car washes are too. Weather channel, Cedar Point, 8-foot swell. Within about 45 minutes high tide. That's where everyone comes for those pictures of the 3-story waves hitting the seawall. The seawall's in really good shape, isn't it? But you're relatively safe standing here. Actually, it's much lower behind those houses. It's snowing good now, sticking to the sides of the houses. Ooh, God. Let's walk over and look at the flooding. It's already begun. I don't care if the weather is nice here, 300 days a year. Those other 6 days, I don't think I could handle it. That's how high you want to be, at least. And now the water's coming over the wall right there and up from the harbor on the other side. So it's literally increasing from both directions. I mean, rising. Sign's getting kind of heavy. We got more snow accumulating on the signs than we do on the streets or the ground. So it's not a blizzard, otherwise I wouldn't be able to see all the way down there. It's not here. Not sure about down toward Cape Cod. But the flooding. That's the town truck. Who cares? It's gonna go plow boulders and dirt. Yeah, we got a leaky seawall, plus most of the waves go right over them anyway. It's got many a storm here. One of the reasons my Jeep is totally rusted out. Alright, my fault.
It's a rental. Who gives a shit?
Hey now. Somebody does.
That's NBC 10 Boston right there. I don't know who it is, but
Splash them.
yeah, right. And they already put the horses out.
Yep. We're on the...
Actually, that might be Channel 5. That's Channel 5.
Oh, okay. I like those guys. Get them up here. Alright, so high tide's come and gone. It's still splashing over the wall. Looks like, so far what I can tell, minor, perhaps moderate, way up there, flooding. But this is one small section. There are miles and miles of coastline. Marshfield, Scituate, even Weymouth up around Fort Point. Experiencing more waves than snow. Cape Cod's got the snow. There's more snow stuck to the tops of the buildings than there is on the ground. Wind is from the north. This is the end of the snow. Tide's going out. We've seen a lot worse, that's for sure. I'm sure it's flooded over there too, but got an appointment with Justin Michaels on the Weather Channel. Been on the Weather Channel. I haven't been on TV in, I don't know, 3 years. Scituate Harbor. About 3 o'clock. Almost 3 o'clock.
On that porch and then shoot over here.
Any rocks come through the house today or anything?
No.
No rocks. That sand looks a little higher than last time I was here.
Yeah.
Goes up and down, huh?
Well, this time of year it comes up because every wave brings a little bit more sand.
So, I haven't seen you in a long time. How you weathering all these storms?
It's been okay. I mean, the past 2 years have been pretty mild, but the seawall's taken a beating.
Yeah.
See what it's done to the wall?
Oh man. So the wall is practically porous. Oops. Shoot. So the wall's practically porous. Meanwhile, your windows are hurricane proof?
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. Your house is on window service. Oh, it's clearing up. Storm's over. We'll go surfing tomorrow. It's like about a 8-foot swell. Here comes a big one. Wow, you got the angle down. You just knew it wasn't gonna come in the window.
Yeah.
Cool. These are all those houses that you see all the photographs from. Sound of the wind and the wires. We're at the end of Lighthouse Road. Justin's gonna stand right in the middle of the road.
I've got Tim Kelly here, so I'll just walk up and talk to Tim, okay?
And the videographer Raphael is in the back of the truck. Jamie is the producer. We've got another TV station sitting up right here next to us. And Steve just opened the garage for us. Thank you, Steve. And Steve was just nice enough to open up the garage door for us. Steve, you're the best. Thank you. He's got the generator. Here he comes. Speak of the devil, I was just thanking you for opening that door.
That'll be easier.
And hi, I'm Tim from Cape Cod.
Steve from Scituate.
Steve, I know you've let me do a live shot here a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you're still here,
Yeah,
so you
still
like
here.
it that much.
35 years.
And remind me your last name, Steve?
Berlo. B-E-R-L-O.
And we were on the Seawall committee together.
We were.
Yeah.
We were.
Are you still involved in any of that?
They abolished us, actually.
Yeah.
But Dave Ball and I are still, George Simmons, a couple other guys.
Great.
Some of the old guys on the committee are still chasing the town, so.
Yeah, it was frustrating when you got the money and we couldn't get the people wouldn't give us access.
Yeah.
So there's a live shot coming up in like 2 seconds.
He was right here. Brought me out, right here. He was here, he would be protected. There, he's going right into it.
All right, pretty much done in Scituate. Could have been a lot worse, I would say. Hardly any snow on the ground. Quite a bit on the side of the cars and houses, though. We'll see if it builds up as I get up to 3A. Definitely builds up more, but the streets are bare and the driveways are pretty much bare. So, kind of a lot of wasted salt and weary energy. Up to 3A. Looks like they plowed that parking lot in a big hurry. So you had to really plow in a hurry if you want to make money in this storm.
So this isn't just a big
Coming out of Cohasset into Hingham, the ground is white. Is the ground white at my house? Probably not. Back in Weymouth, let's go and do this. The storm looks like it's over, T-Rex. What do you think? How'd we do? Hey, where's the flag? Oh, I took it down. Just out of an abundance of caution. Steve, please, come on out. We need you. We need to see how much of a Steve there was. 0. I can never make another forecast about how much snow there's going to be compared to you because you're not cooperative. And neither is Mother Nature. So, what am I going to put in the books here in Weymouth? Bust is what I'm going to put in. It's not even a 0.1. It's going in the books as T. T of snow for Tim. Oh, look, Mitt wants to come out. Mitt, why don't you come play? How much rain? Looks like about a ½ inch. Gotta go get the rest of the gauge and work on that. Unbelievable. Winter storm warning, snow emergency, and this. Oh my goodness. Back to the drawing board. Let's get some sunshine before this day is over. More and more and more. We're done. Oh, you're outside. Nope, going back in. Where's Mitt? Mitt probably took off. There's more snow on the side of your ball than there is on the ground. If I measured it there, oh wow, it's just totally ice. It'd be about a ½ inch. Hard to control. Yeah. How easy is it? It's pretty rough to make a forecast around here, is it? T-Rex? We're playing in the snow, technically. All right, that's enough. I can't kick it without hitting him. He's always in the way. He's a good boy. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Trace of snow melts down to 0.47 inches of H2O. So, guidance was slightly overdone. If you add up all those models, say the last 50 runs and divide by 50, they were still wrong. Worst forecast ever. And of course, out of an abundance of caution, they pre-treated the roads, and then even though the roads are drying out now, they came in and dumped a ton of salt, chemical, magnesium chloride on the streets just to keep our cars white. But on this road, there will be some icing, I guess. Oh, more frustration.